On Monday, Cabinet approved a proposal to amend the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act to allow microfinance institutions to offer Islamic banking.
We are expanding the scope of microfinance deposit-taking institutions to provide for Islamic banking.
Islamic banking is a banking model that prohibits collection and payment of interest by lenders and investors and thrives on sharing of profits and losses. This, according to advocates of Islamic banking, like former Kawempe North MP Latif Sebagala, is welcome news.
And I think that is really very good, especially to the peasants and also to the people who are very much involved now in SACCOs. Definitely, they will demand for some security. But the security that will be demanded is not comparable to the security that these other conventional banks are demanding.
If this amendment goes through, microfinance institutions will follow commercial banks to legally have an option of creating a window for this mode of banking.
I see it taking the shape of that third option, whereby it is served as a category, because Uganda majority are not Islamic, and they may not necessarily be able to follow even the nitty-gritty of the Islamic banking, which are supposed to be fair, but in according to the way you do Ugandan business, many of us may not even qualify for it.
For instance, under Islamic banking, the bank would not lend you money in cash, but it would buy a commodity like a car or a house, for example, sell that commodity to you on credit at a markup price. That is acceptable in Sharia law.
The security is acceptable. The car itself can be the security. Or sometimes, if risks are high, we can require an additional security. They are not going to give you money. They are not selling money. Money is not a commodity. Money is not an asset. Money is just a medium of exchange, and you don't own money. It is a legal tender.
One of the other products under Islamic banking is investment partnerships that involves a business owner opening up to the bank and share interests or losses in that business.
In Uganda, the only challenge I could see in the business community, we also have a big challenge with declaring what we are going to do. So we don't want the bank to know what we are really going to do. Many times we actually believe you should tell the bank a lie before they give you money.
But that, according to Sulaiman Luja, the manager of Islamic banking at the Microfinance Support Center, may be difficult to offer in the Ugandan market.
Because people will misuse it. When any customer hears that we share losses with the customer, with the financial institution, he will only report losses. So it is abused, and it has been abused elsewhere in other developing world.
Favorable loan terms would also considerably have many Ugandans change their minds on conventional banks. Perhaps the reason why commercial banks are taking long to adopt it.
The time I left Parliament, there were so many banks that were willing to operate. Others are foreign banks, others are local banks. Now the government should come out and tell us, why is it that no progress is going on in as far as a fully fledged Islamic banking is concerned?
All financial institutions with Islamic banking services would have to establish a Sharia advisory committee to review the products and ensure compliance with Islamic law.
We close the Islamic banking, the products in Stanbic, Tanzania, because of the difficulties around reporting, around governance, around understanding by the community what that product means. So, but I should say that in the context of Uganda, that product has already been rolled out by Microfinance Support Center and by a couple of banks. And it would be able to work if the rules are followed. If strict rules are followed, if the risk associated with it is properly mitigated, if the people would understand what Islamic banking is.
In 2007, many commercial banks advanced huge loans to borrowers with poor credit and high risk of default, something that led to a crash of global banks except Islamic banking institutions in the Middle East and Asia. With the low credit risks associated with Islamic banking, what is now left is how fast the amendments can be processed and passed, and if it will be rolled out to offer microfinance deposit-taking institutions customers options to choose from. Muhumuza, NTV.